Yes, 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 we are live. It is Friday, April 1st, 2022. Happy April Fool's Day. I am your host, Mike Trampy, aka the producer whisperer, and this is Road to 1 million streams. And as you can tell, my camera is moving. I'm trying to get it to stop. There you go. I'm in a new setting. I just moved, so I'm feeling good. And I'm really excited to be back because I got two really dope guests with me today. I'm going to bring these guys on in a second. I actually might have to change my camera because this thing is bouncing like crazy. 1 second. I didn't think this would be a problem. Hold on. All right. All right, there we go. A little closer, but it's not bouncing as around as much because I have a new camera. But anyway, what's up, everybody? I got B Young, I got Eeryskies. This is gonna be crazy. Definitely gonna pick their brains. We're gonna find out some cool stuff. So let's bring these guys in one by one. There they are, fellas. What's up, man?
What's
Yo.
up?
How are you?
Doing good.
Good, man. You?
I'm good, man. I'm a little disappointed. I got this 4K camera, man. It's like bouncing around everywhere. It's not staying put. Nah, I did resort back to the old camera, but things could be
Fancy stuff
worse.
is always harder to use.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just got to go back to the basics, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guys, what's up, man? I mean, how's 2022 treating you? Eeryskies, man, how are you, brother?
Dude, it's been a beautiful year. Accomplished a couple goals that I wanted to accomplish this year. Things are looking good at the start of the year, which is always nice. So I'm hoping it doesn't go like this. It will just keep going like this.
Let's
But,
hope, man. That's like my stock market portfolio and cryptocurrency, dude. It's been a rough ride.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I went in and then it all went, and I'm like, oh no.
Exactly. So let's hope it keeps going up as long with the music. I dig it, man.
Yeah.
Be Young, bro. How are you, man? How's 2022 treating you so far?
I'm doing good, man. Crypto's going back up, so that's good. Now the beats are good, man. I'm just just keeping at it, just staying consistent. Yeah, can't complain.
That's all we can do, bro. That's life, man. Stay consistent. I hear you.
Yep.
All right. Well, listen, this is, I think, the 21st or 22nd episode. I probably should know, but it's around there, right? So we're at drinking age, right? We're at 21. So this is a really cool show because I get to talk to, members who hit 1 million streams organically. And when I say organically, I mean, just by real promotional and marketing ways, and obviously not fabricating views or anything like that. So it's always a pleasure to talk to the producers on the platform who actually hit 1 million streams and they did it legitimately. So I just wanted to break that down for anybody who maybe is first time watching. So So I mean, basically what we do on the show, it's pretty simple, right? So we're gonna go through some questions that highlight kind of how you guys got started, kind of what you did to really build your beat business, and tips and tricks and stuff like that. So I always start this show though by just getting some general background information, and then Be Young, I'll start with you, man. So I see that you are from Rhode Island. I think you're from Warwick. Yep. Isn't there a crazy rap group out of Warwick, man, that like jump out of like trash cans and closets?
Yeah.
And, okay. All right. I was making sure it's the same place.
Wow, you really know about that.
I know about everything.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Warwick's on the map now.
Yeah, man, those guys set the tone and or the bar, and I could say the bar is not that high. So, Warwick people,
yeah,
I want to hear some good stuff. No, but man, you're from Rhode Island. You born and raised there, or kind of what's your story with where you live? Born and raised, okay.
Born and raised, and I'm in Providence now, though.
Okay. Dope. You like it there?
10 minutes away. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's like a mini Boston kind of.
Okay.
It's kind of the vibe of it. Yeah, it's cool.
Interesting. Okay. So you've lived there your whole life. I guess like take us through kind of how you got involved with music. So something I always like to ask too, because it's interesting to know, first of all, and it could be relevant to this conversation overall, but like, what were your inspirations and I guess motivation growing up even to get into music? Like, did you have family members that played instruments or just were involved with music, or, how did you first get involved to know like, hey, I want to make music for a living? Kind of paint that picture for us.
Well, I think I started with like punk music and stuff, and then I like got introduced to rap music, and I was really interested in like DJ Premier and like producers like that, like Pete Rock with like the Beat Machine and stuff like that. I started rapping actually first, thanks to pretty much Mac Miller and like Wiz. You know, it's just that generation. Like they were like, all right, they can rap. Maybe I can rap too, because like I don't know, you know, when you freestyle with your friends and stuff like that, it's fun. And then I just started making beats, and
What year was this, man? Just to give us a timetable here. How old are you first? Actually, let's clarify if you're cool.
I'm gonna be 29 in 20 days. So
well, happy early birthday. You're
thanks,
young.
man.
Once you hit 30, it's all downhill. So enjoy it.
Yeah. That's
No,
that's what I hear.
So okay, so you're 29. When did you finally feel like you were rapping, you're doing your thing, freestyling? When
Probably
did you
like
realize?
that started in like maybe freshman year, high school.
Okay.
So yeah, just like freshman, sophomore year. Just rapping with the homies, you know, and yeah, I just liked rap. Like I just got hooked on like the old school, like Big L and like all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So then I just wanted to make beats like that. So
That's fire. So no like family or like influences within that like did music or anything. Okay.
No, my dad had a guitar. I used to play like I said with like the punk stuff. I used to like I had a little band back in like 6th grade and stuff like that. So started
dope,
there. Man. Yeah. Thanks.
All right. So freshman year, you kind of figured out that you wanted to do your thing. When when did you kind of make the transition, I guess, from rapping to producing? And really, well, I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm assuming you gravitated towards producing more than rapping. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I guess when did that transition start or change? Like, was it throughout high school or after high school?
It was actually both for like a real long time. I was just really like 50-50. And I just realized like being like a rapper and stuff, like that's not really my thing. It ended up not really being my thing because like I'm more of like the music guy, like in the back, and then I'll give the beat to like the star, and he can do his thing, or he or she can do their thing. You know what I mean? I'm not really like the limelight type of guy, so it was just a lot more comfortable. And I just like I don't know, I just fell in love with it early because I don't know, I'd be up all night like making beats. I'm pirated Fruity Loops, like everybody else. You know what I mean? So cut that out. I didn't just say that, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I just fell in love with the beats
FL
at the same
Studio,
time.
we got a guy ripping.
FL's, he's like, yeah, we got him. Moving.
Well, dude, that was my next question because there's like this running joke, and it's not a joke. I mean, like it's really dope when you think about it, but it is kind of funny at the same time. Every producer that I've ever interviewed on this show, except for one, started on FL Studio. So that was my next question.
I came back to it. I was on Logic for years, and then I recently end of 2021 came back to FL Studio, and I think that's it for me. FL Studio, man.
Hey, man, you can't.
Shout out to Larry O. You guys know Larry O?
Of course.
Yeah, that's my boy. He lives down the street from me.
Really?
Yeah. So he kind of got me back into FL because you know, I was like FL tips.
I got to work with him very closely in New York City. We did some cool collaboration with him and BeatStars.
He's cool, man.
Yeah, cool. Ask him about the night in New York. I took him out for a night on New York.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, if he remembers it. Yeah, but great guy, man. Does. No, great guy, man. Great guy.
Yeah, I used to I used to rap at a studio. Yeah,
it's amazing. That's amazing.
He's in Rhode Island too. Yeah,
amazing.
Shout out Larry Al. Cool dude.
All right. We're gonna put your story on hold for just a second. I want to go over to Erie because I'm gonna tie this all together. But we kind of have an idea of your age and kind of how you started, what your influences were, and stuff like that. So Erie, man, same question, really. Kind of first of all, how old are you? If you're okay with sharing that information, of course. And then kind of like what I mean, like what's your story? Did you have influences in the house or around you? What got you into music? And then kind of like what made you progress, I guess, into being a producer?
Yeah, so I just turned 21 back in November, which was nice.
Happy birthday.
But yeah, my journey kind of started, it was similar to Be Young. I started out rapping. I just kind of like, I don't know, I played guitar when I was younger, grew up kind of with that. And then I just got really annoyed with going to lessons and all these things because it's just the constant, like every Friday. So I quit that and it was away from it for a while. And then I went to a high school and it was like a really diverse high school. And there was a lot of artists and people being creative there, but I noticed none of them had a spot to record at. So I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if I rounded up all these kids, tried to make this like label and then stuffed them all into my mom's basement. So that's what I did for most of my high school time. And I was just recording these people, and I was getting 25% of their streaming earnings, which was probably like since the start, we maybe made like $200. It was nothing.
I was gonna say, dude, a 25% master rate? That's master royalty rate? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So, but basically, as that went on, that kind of ended, and I focused on my own music. And then my stepbrother moved in with me, and he was this crazy music guy. He had all these guitars, all these keyboards, and I was like, what the heck? And it just turned me on to this whole new side of like making beats and those types of things. And but I still wanted to be an artist. I would make the beats for myself, and that was the forefront. But then I had all these beats, and I just posted one on YouTube, and then I kept going. One person bought a beat, and I was like, okay, this is possible. And then it just happened quickly. It was kind of like this spiral effect of exponential growth where people just kept coming in and coming in and coming in. And then it hit a point where I was like, oh, wow, I can live comfortably off of doing what I like to do, and I don't have to worry about anything else. And yeah, that was kind of how it went. It was just a lot of trial and error, a lot of different things. But looking back on it, touching all those parts of like music, like recording, engineering, I think B Young can relate to this. Like when you kind of have an idea of rapping and singing, when you're making that beat, it's so much easier to find.
For sure.
So I think that was a huge thing, but also a little bit of luck. I'll be honest, with algorithms and stuff.
That's that's life, dude. Whether it's good luck or bad luck, luck is definitely out there.
Oh,
that's interesting. You guys both rap because I rap. That's how I got in the music industry. Well, I started DJing, but then I rap too. So same thing. Freestyle with the homies, all that stuff, and that was a point I was going to make, but you already made it. Was that it just trains your ear because you're able to understand where the pockets are, maybe different types of flows or dude. There's so much that can come from it.
All right, put a beat on. We're going off the top. We're going off the top.
We'll turn this into the road to 1 million streams freestyle session.
There you go. No, but it like the thing I hear the most is everyone always tells me it's like, oh, you have to add all these sounds to your beat. But if you listen to some of these hit records, it's the same loop, the same drum pattern, but it's the vocals that make the difference. So I have beats that are just a loop and they work. It just depends on the vibe.
Simplicity, bro. Simplicity is so underrated because that pocket is really allowing that artist to do what they are supposed to be doing as an artist and bringing that track to life more. So it's dude, I'm not saying every producer should go out there and try to be a rapper or a singer, but I mean they should probably take some type of, I don't want to say class, but do some research and try to just mess around. I think it's worth trying to understand that side of things. So you can understand how a customer and an artist feels. Customer meaning people buying your beats off of BeatStars or wherever it is. So, what age were you? I don't think you mentioned that. So you're 21 now, but when did you, I guess, upload that first beat where you're like, hey, I want to make beats, and then it just kind of started going from there?
I think I started the channel. It was either 2018 or 2019. I had just gone to college and I didn't like the whole dorm style because I couldn't create well. So I moved back home and I just needed a way to escape. So that was when I started making beats a lot. So I think it was I was probably 18 or 19 at the time. But music went back to, like I said, the early ages.
No, dope, man. Yeah, I'm looking at all your guys' stuff. So like B Young, you actually joined BeatStars on October 24th, 2016. So damn, you've been on the platform for going on 6 years, man, in October. And then Eerie, you joined January 15th, 2020. So, you're a little bit over 2 years. So it's not like you guys are new to the platform as well. So I bring up that point, and I'll stay with you, Eerie, on this, and I'll swing back over to you, B Young. But okay, so 2018, 19, you uploaded these beats, etc. So what happened between those years and the date I just gave you, January 15, 2020? What made you go, I need to join BeatStars, and like what really brought you over to the platform?
Yeah, I was going to mention that when you said the difference in the dates, because I started out on YouTube and I thought the generic way to sell beats was someone emails you, they offer you an exclusive price, and then you sell the beat. I mean, I was selling exclusives for $50, and looking back on it, it's like, but I didn't know any better at the time. And but then my buddy Saint, who gave me so many tips, he blew up right before me, and we were always back and forth. He told me, he said, dude, you got to make a BeatStars. You have like 80 or 90 beats on your channel, and people want to buy them. And I spent a whole weekend uploading everything to BeatStars, and it was instantaneous. I went from no income to a livable income almost overnight because people are the channel's blowing up and now everyone can finally go and buy these beats. And I'm like, oh, like this is what, and then I stopped selling exclusives unless it just went through all these cycles and stuff like that. But that was the gap. It was me trying to figure out how the heck do I sell these things.
You're talking about SXINT, correct?
Yeah, same. Yep.
No, I know him too. He's dope, man. Yo, I gotta hit him up and say thank you and give him a present for getting you on the platform or something. Bring him on the show. Bring him into the freestyle session.
He might be close to 1 million. I don't know what he's doing right now.
We'll get him on here, man. Even if not, we'll pretend he's at 1 million. No, that's dope, man. That's really dope. So Be Young, I get, same question, man. It's just kind of where yours is a little different because you joined back in 2016, man. So you were there for the. I mean, it's always been good, but there's been some ups and downs for sure. Yeah. So you've kind of been through a lot with us. What kind of brought you over to BeatStars originally? Just curious.
It was the same thing because I was doing the email thing too, and yeah, it's real tedious when like you got to go back and forth. Like people just want the beat, like immediately. So yeah, I was always on my phone. Like I was because I think I put my first beat on YouTube in like 2016 or 15.
Wow.
And I didn't even know about, I had no clue about BeatStars, and I was just always on my phone, checking my email, like trying to make these like sales and stuff. So yeah, it was the same exact thing. Just as like a hands-off way to like, just let the platform do the work kind of thing. So yeah, similar, very similar.
No, that's interesting, man. Yeah, I know a lot of producers who to this day are still doing hand-to-hand sales. And I've met a lot of people over the years doing the same thing. And I've said, hey, there's a platform you can do this on. And it's changed their life, man. So that's why I was interested to see. But it's what I expected that you guys kind of started that way. And I think everybody kind of does, unless they have somebody kind of mentoring them or, hey, you should do this or, hey, don't do that, right? So I think it's a kind of a normal thing for people to do to not really realize, right? I am interested though if Eerie would give me a deal on $50 exclusive still if I ask. So Eerie, we can talk after this.
No, sometimes I always push to sell exclusives through BeatStars. I'll give artists just because it's so much easier. I mean, you Be Young, and both of you can probably relate to this. The contracts, the back and forth, I need a lawyer, so I have to charge you more. It's so much more complicated. So I always say, hey, I'll knock off like $500 if you buy it through BeatStars. And but it's such an easy platform for selling beats. It's perfect.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of people, and I don't want to make this all about BeatStars, but I just want to make a point. Like I think a lot of people underestimate the power, and I've spoken on this before, but the power of the marketplace, man. There's millions and millions of people that come to the platform in the marketplace to find stuff, from anywhere from new artists to established artists to labels, like a lot of labels and label people. Everybody's coming because it's convenient, right? So obviously you drive your own traffic via YouTube and any other marketing that you guys do, and you can kind of dictate where that traffic goes to your pro page or whatever you're using. But the marketplace, man, it's free traffic. You know what I'm saying? It's free traffic. So that's why I encourage everybody to post on it, because obviously it goes there into your pro page if you do have the pro page. But it's a great way to be found. So I'm glad you guys have both found success and have kind of done it in your own unique ways. You guys are spread apart a couple years. You guys are a little bit different on uploads. We'll get to that in a second, but yet we're here talking, right? And that's the main point of this show, is that there's not one way to get there. I've had people on here that sell 4 beats a month, but they just sell $2,000-$3,000 exclusives, and they use bot messaging, like real bot messaging, like ManyChat and stuff like that, not like spam bots, but they use that to talk to a handful of customers every month. And they spend 5 hours with them, but they make 10 grand a month or whatever it is. And then there's other people who uploaded 3,000 beats and they upload 3 beats a day at one point for a year and like all this crazy stuff. And then, it's all different. And that's what I find it very interesting, that there isn't one way. You got to find what works for you. Right. So to touch on that, Be Young, you have 285 tracks, give or take. I'm sure you've probably sold some exclusives, took some down, etc. So give or take around that number. Eerie, you have 333. Same thing. I'm sure you've probably sold some stuff, taken stuff down, changed stuff. But yeah, you guys are kind of almost at the same streams. 1,042,981. This was this morning, by the way, for you, Be Young, and then 1,069,983 for you, Eerie. So sitting around the same numbers almost, but what about 50-ish tracks difference? So I guess my point of bringing this up is, and I'll start with you, with Be Young on this, is, let's talk consistency, man. So 6 years. So you could say 6 years, 285 tracks. Do the math. I mean, it's a pretty consistent schedule. I've seen people post a lot more. I've even had people who post less than 100 and have hit 1 million streams over a long period of time. So again, it doesn't really matter, in my opinion, because there are different ways to get there. But what do you think? What made you, I guess, upload 285 beats over 6 years? Like, what was your approach to that, and why was your approach to upload, and whatever your consistency was? You can break that down for us and kind of let us know what it was.
Yeah. My approach was minimum 1 a week. So from the jump, I think I missed like 1 week. So I was just doing 1 a week, man, and that was doing great for me. Sometimes I'll do 2, 3, but at least 1 a week minimum. That was my goal, because I was like really like I was really rapping and stuff. Like I had kind of other projects going on at the same time, so my focus was definitely on posting beats, but it wasn't 100% of it wasn't on that. So if I could just do my other projects and then do 1 a week at the same time, I was happy with that. So I was really on 1 a week. I was a 1 a week guy.
Did you ever like use your own like hooks and stuff for beats with hooks or anything like that?
No, it's funny. My homie always wanted me to do that, but I didn't do it. I don't know. I had this one beat that I'm thinking of right now, but I didn't. I ended up just posting it without the hook on it. Yeah.
What about vocal chops? Are you using your voice at all to put out vocal tracks or stuff like that, or sample yourself, stuff like that?
Just recently, I got back into like playing a little top line guitar and like vocals, like and like the vocals with the altar boy shift on them and all that stuff. I started like messing with that recently, but not a whole lot. Pretty recent on that.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious, man. I talk to a lot of artists too, man. I manage an artist myself, so the artists are always looking for ways to make more money. Obviously, I think we all are. And it's just like, well, use your voice, isn't it? It's the best instrument you have. Put out vocal kits. Work with producers on beats with hooks. Put out like ad-lib packs. Like anything you want to do to use your voice that can get you more opportunity, I think is a dope thing to do. So
yeah. I think it's cool, like in beats and stuff, that if you can use your own voice, and like I like playing with that now. It's fun. I don't know. It's just a little like new thing that I've been trying. But I mean, a lot of people have been doing it, but just it doesn't sound like my voice at all. At the end of the beat, it sounds like completely different, but it's fun.
Dude, listen, it doesn't matter, and here's why, in my opinion. Of course, these are all my opinions, but it's like, listen, I come from the era of boom bap and going to the record store. I started DJing with vinyls, so I love hip hop more than I'm not gonna say anybody, but a lot of people, right? So
yeah,
I get the art of sampling. I get all that. It is a sort of a treasure, I guess. I don't know. It's something that is just, I'll always love. The sound of a record playing is the greatest sound ever. But in this day and age, it's like, if you're able to use your own voice, or you say you use Eerie's voice because he's raps too, or use my voice because I rap, and you do it, and then you whatever, and you get a placement from it, bro. You know how much easier it's going to be to clear it with me or him than it is going back to 1972 and finding the copyright owner and finding this. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not saying people shouldn't sample, because that is an art in itself. But I'm just saying, I think it's really interesting. And I would love to just see more of the community, artists and producers, working together to create these sounds, and not necessarily just songs, but actually like sounds that maybe another artist could get on. So I don't know, just something I wanted to throw out there.
Definitely, totally agree with that.
Eerie, how do you feel about all that, man? Because like I said, you have 333 tracks up. Obviously a little bit of a different time, difference than Be Young. But I mean, like, have you kind of ever thought about doing that, or have you done it? I mean, I may be just slacking over here and didn't notice.
It's funny, the placement I have with Snot, I have my own vocals on that track. The beat was, I didn't use any samples. I had discovered a while back that if I put the mic in the corner of the room and I put a bunch of reverb on it and make hums in different, harmonies, and then throw it all under some pretty guitar, it just made this crazy layer where an artist still has so much room to go over it. So I do that for certain beats, and that was the one. I remember they emailed me. They're like, "Yo, where's this? What's the sample? Do we need to clear anything?" I'm like, "Nope." And it was so much easier. Boom, boom. Song was ready to go. So, but as far as consistency goes, I think consistency is everything. I think it's the most important thing because I think it was Alchemist who said in one of his interviews, he had said something about you're never like defined by one beat. You're more or less defined by your whole catalog. So
Facts.
we all can relate to the fact that I make a good beat one day, I make a decent beat the next day. They both go up. And over time, you're defined by 300, 280 beats, whatever you have. And in the beginning, that was when I went super hard. It was every day. I was trying to post every day until finally started to click. Then it was every other day. Then I did one a week, but I found a rhythm with 3 a week where it just allows me to be consistent. I can keep myself ahead. But I think anyone who asks me, how do you grow a channel? I think you have to be consistent. And you have to do it for at least a year. If you post consistently for a year, you'll see results.
That's interesting you say that because when I talk to producers, I tell them 2 years. But that's really just to be able to go, oh shit, like 2 years. But if they do it for a year, they probably will click. But
Yeah.
I always tell them more. It's like a person who's always late. You know, if they have to be there at 3, you tell them they got to be there at 2:30. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I agree 100%, man. Consistency is everything. So those 3 days that you posted a week, and actually, I'm gonna ask you after this what day you picked. But what day did you pick, Eerie? Like, were they all the same days, or were you just like, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but then next week's Tuesday, whatever? Was it all the same, or how did it work?
Yeah, it bounced around for me because originally I was doing every other day. So I wanted it to fall on different days, but I found myself posting beats on weekends and old fashioned in the sense where I like to have the weekend for, clearing my head, doing whatever I want to do. So I moved to Monday, Wednesday, Friday solely because I don't want to do any music work on Saturdays and Sundays because that's when I go live life, get experience. And then that makes me motivated on Monday. So that was how I found that schedule. But also it was just Mondays are always great upload days for some reason. And Wednesdays have always done well. And then Fridays are a hit or miss. It just depends. So those days work. But sometimes with holidays, if it's Friday's Christmas, I'll post on Thursday. It just depends. But that was how I found those days.
Okay, interesting. What about you, Be Young? Even at the 1 day a week, did you have a specific day you chose, or was it kind of just like
Now, like I try to do more than 1 a week now. So I try to stay away from weekends too, just because YouTube, it tells you right in the analytics, like there's just more people on YouTube during the week for longer. Like there's a bigger time, there's more time in between, and I just think like people are out doing their thing, like you said on the weekends, So I just try to keep it during the week.
okay.
I don't really have a certain day during the work week, but just during those days.
Yeah, no, listen, it's interesting because what you guys just said is like complete opposite of what I tell producers a lot. And again, it's no one way, right? So, but my theory and kind of the way I look at it, and one of them's not even a theory, it's actually proven case studies that I've done for like 2 years now, is correlation between artists and album drops, single drops, etc. So take Little TJ for example. I actually just posted on my Twitter before this. He dropped a song. It's killing it. It's #1 on a bunch of different playlists, etc. You go look at his beat traffic, which you can use Google Trends for free and just filter by YouTube. And YouTube correlates with BeatStars all day. And you just see that the traffic at midnight went through the roof. So what I tell people is you make Little TJ beats, and that's your style. Obviously, don't go out of the way. You're making, dance hall. Don't go make a Little TJ beat just because. But if that is in your lane, like you should know that release is coming and have TJ beats ready that week, maybe the week after, maybe even the week before that, and sprinkle it in. Maybe not all your beats, but maybe half of what you usually upload. So then when Friday comes and then Saturday comes, I'm very big on Friday and Saturday releases, is because as artists listen to this music, they go, oh shit, I like that beat. I want something like that. And then they go search for it. And then that's why the traffic goes up. So I think there's a lot of correlation. I was just curious if you guys looked at that type of stuff. But it doesn't sound like you do, which is totally fine because, again, I don't think it's like going to make or break your business if you use that method. But I do think it's interesting. I think it does work for some people overall. So I just wanted to kind of get your feedback on that if you guys had anything.
Yeah, I 100% think it's genius. I think because everyone always says just make the music, put the music first. I always disagree with that. I am able to make a living off of music because I make the business equally as important as the music. There's so many people out there. So if you're seeing Lil TJ and you can exploit it and make more money and put yourself in a better position, do it, And for some people, it works. Some like mine's Mac Miller. And you know, rest in peace. And when that Faces drop hit, there was an upswing. There's trends, like you said. There's certain things. And the reason I like posting more than one a week or a bunch a week, and this is just me, is when a beat does do horrible, I'm like, okay, I'll drop another one in a day or two and I'll forget about it. But I think it's genius. I think if you can take advantage of it, definitely do it.
Yeah, I think too, sometimes people get I'm not gonna say scared, but maybe just a little worried about when they're gonna schedule stuff or what they're gonna drop. I just think it can be like a little bit of a guidance, you know what I mean, to kind of push you in a direction if you're not sure, right? I entire release schedule around it, because then I think you're just going to be a little too over calculated and it could pull you away from maybe making some stuff that you wanted to make, right? So I think there's just like a balance, dude. If it works for you, it does. If it doesn't, but I just kind of wanted to point that out and see if you guys, you know, we're kind of hip to that overall. But all good, man. Listen, let's see where we're at. So both of you guys have big YouTubes too, so let's talk about YouTube. I know we mentioned it, but I know a lot of people watching these shows are on YouTube. They want to know more about YouTube. What's the secret sauce? And to me, there is no secret sauce. It's consistency and good beats and a lot of other things. So, Eerie, what's your story with YouTube? Did you were doing it before BeatStars, right? You were selling hand to hand or whatever you want to call it. Has YouTube just been kind of the same force in your business, really pushing that traffic from day one to now? Have you noticed drop-offs, any issues? And then kind of what are your, I guess, your best tips, man, just overall for YouTube? For somebody maybe who, I don't want to give you 1,000 questions at one time, but I'm kind of curious, like somebody who's just starting, somebody who has been on YouTube for a while but still isn't having success, and then maybe somebody, well, let's start with those two. Let's start with that.
Yeah. Well, my YouTube started from guys. It's funny when I saw B Young's name in here. There's B Young, Stoic Beats, all those guys who were doing it before me. They were the model for, I can do this on YouTube, so let me start posting beats. So that was how it all started. But I think there's a couple like key things. When you're first starting off, we've already touched on consistency. That's super, super important. But it's also important to kind of have a niche. I think a lot of producers will talk about this. You have a sound that you can build and that people will constantly come back for. Like for me, it's Mac Miller. But it's also important. You never want to put yourself in a box. You want to also make the dance hall. You want to make the R&B. You want to make the trap, because you're going to work with more artists that way. But find that niche and really do research on tags and SEO. And you can go into your analytics. How are people finding my beats? What are they typing in? And where do I show up? Okay, Mac Miller type beat is my number one. So maybe I start making a couple more of those. And if you're lucky, it'll be something that you love to make and you just keep making it. And so that was kind of it. But I think another important thing in the beginning is artwork. I think artwork is, I tell people and they always say it's not true, but I think artwork can sometimes be more important than the beat. I mean, you think about how marketing works and how people react to things. They don't listen to the beat first. They see that artwork first. So if they see the artwork and it's a cool title, they're like, I'll click on it. And I think we all can relate. You hit a certain point where you're not really putting out bad beats. You're going to only put out things you enjoy. So you know the beat's good. You just have to have good artwork and you're going to get someone to click on it. So I think that's important in having an aesthetic. But then as you develop an audience and you're at a level where you're kind of getting things going, interacting with those people, becoming friends with your audience, trying not to push yourself too thin, staying consistent, all those things stay, important as you go on. And I live by, if it isn't broken, you don't have to fix it. I mean, I've used the same tags since the beginning of time and they've worked.
But you've tweaked. I'm sure you've tweaked.
I have. And I've tried things. I've tried different covers. I've tried different title formats. There's a lot of things that you try and you input. And like, for example, I posted a Travis Scott type beat the other week. I never really do that. And it's doing super well. So now I'm like, okay, I can maybe make some more of these and you get this different group of subscribers coming in that keep your Mac Miller people happy, but let's keep these Travis Scott people happy. And now I can make all these different things. And it's just like, there's more success. It's more fun. It all goes hand in hand.
No, 100%, man. Yeah, I just wanted to throw the tweaking thing in there because I agree with you, but it's like, I just bought a new house, right? So it's like something's working over years, like say the air conditioner, right? because I do think my air conditioner is actually broken. We're going to find out soon. But just say it's working over all these years. Like, you just don't ignore it. Like, I'm going down there, I'm checking stuff, I'm making sure whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I have to do, but I'm going to figure it out. But I'm sure there's upkeep, right? But if it's not broken, I'm not going to just, hey, here's $10,000, just go buy a new one. So I think what you said is perfectly accurate. But I just wanted to throw the tweaking part out because I think there's always little things you have to do. And listen, this like tags, SEO, artwork, advertising, dude, everything needs to be tested. You're never going to know what works and doesn't unless you do it. Because I have people ask me every day, yo, I'm about to run an ad on Instagram. Do you think I should do this, this, and I don't know, dude. I don't know your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know your business. Try it out. $2, $1 a day. You don't have to spend a fortune and figure it out. You know, that's advertising. But with this too, like, it's like, okay, well, let's test this out for a month. Does this, you know, profile image, or not profile image, the thumbnail image, does this work? Okay, let me try this and see what happens when I do this, right? Because in my opinion too, man, I agree as well about artwork. And let's go a step further and let's talk about titling too, because all of these things can really help brand yourself. So in my opinion, if I know a producer, I should be able to look at their artwork for their beats and be like, that's so-and-so, based on just off their artwork, because the branding alone, whether it's like the coloring scheme, the fonts that they use, maybe it's like one syllable words that are very quick and easy to remember. And there's a lot of producers. GC does this, Yondo. Dude, there's a list of people that do this that I don't even have to hear the beat. I can just see the image in the title and be like, that's their beat, without even seeing their name. And I'm not saying that it's easy to do, or, you know, it's, again, make it or break it for you. But that stuff, in my opinion, if you can brand yourself to where people know who you are without even hearing the beat, you're setting yourself up for a lot of success, in my opinion. So, Young, do you agree, man? I mean, is there something, do you really put a lot into the artwork and the titles, or is it kind of just, you know, make the beat and that's kind of secondary, or kind of how do you approach that stuff?
No, I definitely agree with if you could, like Yondo is probably the best example I got, like you said, with the color and then the even the images and stuff. But yeah, I've gone through kind of quite a bit of different artworks. Like when I first started, I was just grabbing random like Google images because it was real random. And then I started doing like Hey Arnold's, like the cartoon, like themes, like just screen grabs. And everybody loved like Hey Arnold. Like I would just try to find the right vibe for the beat, and it was only Hey Arnold. And then I like moved on from that. And I've had a whole bunch of different kind of themes. And right now I'm kind of in limbo right now. Definitely at the moment, you can't really see my image and be like, that's a Be Young beat. I do have a little logo on the bottom, but that's about it. But yeah, my homie Mo Skrilla, he was doing like my art and stuff like that. But it got kind of a lot because he was doing like these like in-depth collages for every beat, and I was like, I'm trying to drop like 3 beats like a week, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of work. So we had to like you said, like tweaking certain things. But yeah, I'm basically trying to find like the next theme right now.
Yeah,
but it definitely matters.
Oh,
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, because you made a good point when you said how you're changing in your themes. I think it's also important I use cartoons a lot for mine, or paintings, but I can't make a Drake beat or a Travis Scott type beat with a sad looking cartoon. It's also important to pay attention to the search results, and make sure that you're also catering to those too.
Right. For sure.
But
no, that's interesting. Yeah, dude, I've ran, you know, I don't produce myself, so to speak. But you know, I've ran a lot of YouTube channels, and I think one of the best performing beats that we ever had was a picture of a banana, and that's all it was. But it was like blue and this giant yellow banana, and like I guess it just popped out to people, and it was a happy something beat, so it made sense with the banana.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, yeah, like it tied, but if like I would see that, like, and if it wasn't us, like if it was like an actual producer, I would, and they used like different stuff, like different fruits. Might be a good idea, actually. Maybe someone's done it, but you know what I mean, like fruit beats. And like,
that's your next theme.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, there it is.
Fruit type beats. But no, it's very interesting, man. Overall. But all right, cool. So we've kind of established, you know, you're beginning of your journeys, kind of how you got into producing, how you got into BeatStars. One more question before we, listen to some beats, because that's the funnest part of this show, going through some beats. But Young, I'll start with you on this one. I mean, let's just summarize up what we've talked about already. I guess overall, what do you think was the most, or is the most important thing, that helped you kind of get your start into this career of, being a producer and selling beats online? Really, what sticks out to you the most, whether it's a marketing technique, or I know we talk consistency, so if it can be something else besides consistency, what kind of like, kind of what's your one piece of advice, really what stuck with you over all these years that really, made you be able to do this and continue to do this?
The first thing that comes to mind is I think just making stuff that's natural to you, which could be like cliche, but just like focus on the music you like to make. Like I always liked, when I like back in the day, I was like listening to Joey Badass, Mac Miller, Rashad, Kendrick. Like that was kind of my thing. Like it was like TDE and Pro Era, and so I just stuck with that. And like, because if you stick with something that you actually like doing, and you don't want to like those weren't the most popular artists, but it's easier to get better at that and understand that type of world of music more, and you'll just get better musically. Your ear will be trained. I know I'm kind of throwing a bunch of things in here, but
That's fine.
Just have like a base and just stick with what you like doing, and that's really what worked the best for me. It also creates like a niche, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's what I got.
No, listen, dude, nobody wants to be miserable, doing this. I mean, like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, find something you love to do and find a way to make money off of it. That's what I tell people. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but I don't think anybody really wants to make beats that they hate. So I think that's a great piece of advice.
It'll never end well if like you just want to jump on the trend, because there's already someone that's already, that's their thing. Just do your thing.
Exactly. And most times when you do your thing, that is kind of your niche, whatever the word is. I heard you say niche.
I always get confused.
So I'm like, tomato.
I'm going with niche now.
There you go, man. It's like in the Philly, we say water, and people are like, "What?" It's like water. I'm like, "No, we say water." Like it's water. But no, it's I think it's something simple, dude. But I think some people do overthink, overall, like making what they love and really being passionate about that. And I think that is really, like, it's like, why be somebody else? You know what I mean? Like personality wise too. It's like, be yourself. Like people are going to either love you or hate you for who you are. So why not just be that person? Right. So bring that into your music too. And in my opinion, dude, if you're talented, I've said this before and I got in trouble for it. I said, there's a fan base out there for everyone. And everyone's like, everyone. I'm like, okay, hold on. Talented people who are dope at what they do. There is a fan base. If you have something dope, whether it's you paint, you rap, you sing, you produce, whatever it is, there is a fan base out there for you, because you can build a career off 100, 200 people who are diehard fans. That's all you need. So great advice, man. Eerie, same question, dude. Kind of like one piece of advice, man. Anything but consistency, because we drill that home every show. But it's the biggest thing, man. The biggest. But outside of that,
I think what Young said is 100% true. Because I've fallen into those patches where I'm like, oh shit, these beats are doing so well, I have to make this vibe, and you're just not happy. So he touched on that. I think whenever someone asks me, how do I stay consistent? Because it's a question I feel like, I'm sure you guys can relate to this. You get a lot, because a lot of producers struggle with it. There's writer's block or creative blocks. I think mine is, I never create when I'm just inspired. I ask a lot of people, they tell me, yeah, man, I just don't feel inspired today, I'm not going to make a beat. And I think that is the first mistake. I think you have to create out of pure habit and pure forcing yourself to sit down. I would say 80% of the time I force myself to sit down at this desk and make a beat. There's always something else I could be doing. I could be traveling, running around. But the second I sit down and I hear a sample or I hear something cool, all the lights come on, and then you're going. So that's why I sit down Monday through Friday and make a beat. Because I know if I get to Saturday and I don't have 4 or 5 beats, I can't sit still. And I think that's how it should be, because I have friends who create when they're only inspired, and you see this huge lapse in consistency where they're not posting, or they're posting a bunch and then they're falling out and in and out. And eventually you can go away for 2 or 3 times, but if you go away too many times, people forget about you.
Facts.
So I think that's huge one. Just create, and that's how you're going to get better. If you're making 4 beats a week, 45 weeks a year, you're going to be way better than the first year. It's just how it works. So yeah, that catered with what B Young said. I think that's a pretty deadly combination because they both create consistency. They both ultimately wrap down to that because you're loving what you can do. So you're consistent. You're waking up every day and you're forcing yourself to work. You're going to be consistent.
Well, that's a process, man. So, I mean, like consistency is one thing, and we talk about it all the time, right? Consistency is what does that mean, right? Like, how do you become consistent at something? It's all about processes, and that's something I try to talk about as much as possible. It's like, what is that process that's going to get you there? And yours is Monday through Friday. Like, this is what you do, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I'm saying? If you miss a day, I'm sure it happens from time to time. We're human. But you're right back at it, man. So I think that's something really, really important. It's just like, don't just dive in and be like, all right, I'm going to upload a beat every day. And dude, you're going to burn out soon if you don't have an actual process in place that you can kind of check off to know you're doing things the right way. So I would just take your time, find out what that process is. If it's making beats at night, make them at night. If it's during the morning, make them in the morning. But just have it, and then it becomes part of your daily life. And then it's second nature.
Yeah, I think it's important to also be aware for a change in that process. Sometimes you're like, I don't like this process anymore. Let's change it. And to find that process, you got to change it. I like to bring up Russ. I mean, I'm sure everyone knows who Russ is.
Of course.
I read his book on vacation 2 weeks ago, and he talked about how he worked for 10 or 11 years before he saw anything. And it's just a testament to he was creating at this regular basis, and you don't know when it's going to work. I always tell people, if you quit today, tomorrow could be the day it all works. So I believe that if you stay consistent, you always 100% make it. I think the only people who don't make it are the people who quit too early.
I agree, man. There's a meme out there. I'm sure we've all seen it. It's like a guy with a big axe, and he's like chopping away rocks. And then he stops, and then literally the next chop, there was like a giant diamond in the rock. It's super corny, but it is relevant and does make sense. So, yeah, no, I agree, man. I 100% agree. Really quick, too, you're from Maryland, right? I didn't call out where you're from. I was so hyped about Warwick and having amazing rappers from Warwick.
Yeah, I'm from Maryland. I'm right between Baltimore and D.C., or like right off to the side. So more suburb-based, but I like it. It's quiet.
I'm going to have to come see you, man. I'm only about 2 hours away from there. I was just in Baltimore like 2 years ago. Yeah, very club in South Jersey, man, so I'm pretty close.
Oh, sick. I didn't know you're that close.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the part is meeting all these people and flying around.
Hell yeah, bro. It's awesome, man. I love BeatStars, bro. I get to talk to people from all over the world every day, different countries every day. It's pretty cool. I know both you guys, really quick before we play some of these beats, I know both you guys mentioned Mac Miller specifically and just kind of that sound. So we got something actually cool coming to the platform. We have the whole Taylor Gang producer roster joining BeatStars. So we're going to be doing some really cool stuff with them. Yeah, that's so hopefully some collaboration things can open up, and they're going to be part of the platform. And I probably announced that a little bit early, but it's going to happen. It's they're a great team over there, and we've been talking to them for a little while. So that's really excited to have them. So dope stuff. You guys need to collaborate too. I don't know if you have yet. I usually do this at the end of the show. I kind of try to put everybody together, but I mean, you guys seem like you're in the same lane from the beats I've heard and just everything you're describing. You guys should definitely link.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following Eerie for a grip, I feel like. So
yeah, I'm super like I've known who he was since before I even started making. Like I probably have used his beats, but I didn't. I get on Instagram earlier and I'm like, oh shit, I just always forget to follow people back. It's the worst.
Oh no, you're good.
It's all good, man. That's why we're here now. But let's listen to some beats, man. So let me share my screen.
Are these other people's beats?
No, these are your beats.
Oh okay, cool. Oh, we're like judging beats or something.
No. Yeah, no. What I used to do is I used to play the top 3 selling beats from each producer, but what I would like to do is kind of let you guys have a choice of what you want to play. So I already had yours up, Eerie. So I'll start with you. We'll probably play. We're already 10 minutes out from the show, and it went so fast. We'll probably play two each. Do you have anything specific? Like I can filter by relevance. That usually is kind of like more plays, maybe.
I want to jump between. I'm going to jump between like 2 extremely different vibes. I'm thinking. Let's go with. There's one called Go Easy, which is like my all-time favorite.
Right here. Okay.
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah, it's easy. So you guys can see and everything?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So when I hit play here, just mute yourselves just so there's no feedback. But besides that, once it's done, we'll talk about the beat real quick and then play another one.
Cool.
All right, cool. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Thank you, man.
What we're going to talk about both of these. I want to play the second one because you said it's drastically different, so I want to talk about the differences. But what's the second one you want to listen to?
This one's kind of crazy. It's going to be a switch up. It's called Wake Up.
Okay, let's see if I can quickly.
It's one of my most recent ones. I think I posted a couple weeks ago.
Okay, let me do this then. Yeah, and if we go a couple minutes over, guys, hopefully you're okay. I apologize. I just want to make sure we get to play your beats and stuff. So.
Yeah, it's Friday. I got nothing going on after this, so.
Yeah, dude, you got it's weekend. It's the weekend.
Exactly.
What was it called? Wake Up, you said?
Yeah, Wake Up. Almost there.
Oh, you could just search it if it doesn't come up. It froze. What's going on? Okay. It's weird. It froze. Oh, shit. Hold on. Didn't mean to play that. Let me just search. Eeryskies, Wake Up. It's because we're live and I'm sharing my screen. It always freezes up. All right, cool. Here we go right now. All right, let's play this. Wake Up.
One.
Yo, I felt like I was in in a movie theater. My chair was shaking, and I was like, "Damn, when did I get a vibrating chair?" But I didn't. So the headphones were shaking my chair. I swear to God, how much bass was in that thing? That shit was crazy, dude.
Yeah, it was fire.
You send that out to anybody yet, man? Like, you trying to get somebody on that, or you just?
I'd love to. I mean, I send out like a decent amount of packs, but it just depends. I usually just wait for someone to hit me up and tell me what they're vibing with.
Well, dude, send me a pack, man.
Will do.
Because you are also a publishing member. I wanted to shout you out for that too, and I would love to get B Young on the roster. I got to talk to him. He's like, "Oh man, it's like Champion's gonna try to sell me on something."
No, I'm about it. Put me on there.
Yeah, man. But dude, I would love to send me some stuff, bro. I'll definitely send some of your
stuff
out.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
I just want to listen to it too, to be honest. So
thanks, man.
Might fuck around and lay a verse. Dude, fire shit, man. All right,
really fire.
Thank you, guys.
I did not expect that to go where it was going, dude.
Yeah, both had like a lot. Like I could see those on some albums, bro. Those are
thanks,
hard.
man. Thanks.
Sure.
Hell yeah. All right, let's pull you up, Mr. B Young. Should pop right up. There you are. Oh shit, you're verified, B Young.
You got the check mark. I've been trying to get one of those.
How did I do that? I don't even know.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. That's so weird. You're verified now. Hold on a second.
I thought you have to join the publishing roster.
I thought that's when you just get the million. They give you that.
No, I don't know.
I think that's what YouTube just switched to. I think YouTube gives you the check mark now at 100K because I just saw a bunch of homies get it.
Eeryskies. Let me check yours, dude. Let me see if you have it for some reason. Of course, it doesn't want to load. Oh shit, you're verified too, dude.
Wait,
so
what?
Weird.
Dude, I swear to God, I was not verified before we started this. I checked this morning.
Well, congratulations, guys. I just verified you. You guys both deserve it, man. Both been killing it.
Thanks,
just
man.
doing your thing. Been members for a while, and just you are literally what a verification means to me. You know, personally. Not that I make all the personal decisions, but you know, it's not just about how many placements you have or any of that shit. Yes, obviously that's great and it makes sense, but it's more about community engagement and just kind of what you're doing on the platform. And you know what I mean? Like what energy you're putting out. There's a lot of things that represent what a verification on BeatStars means. So you guys both deserve it. So great job. But just, you know, keep doing your thing.
You, appreciate that.
Of course, dude. All right. So let's listen to some B Young tracks. Like I said, it's 4 now, but we're going to go over 5-10 minutes. Not a big deal.
What do you got here to B Young tracks?
Yeah, but sorry, B Young. I'll talk to you later, man.
It's cool, bro. Don't even worry about it.
What do you want to play, bro? Let us know.
I'm gonna go back in time a little bit to it's called Wodies, Wodies.
All right, I am going to just do this instead. WOD.
Yeah, it's kind of far back.
Let me see. Yeah, because I don't feel like scrolling. Let me see what I can find. Perfect. There we go. All right, so here we go, man. Let's listen to it. crazy. Yo, you guys, man. Bass, man. Holy shit.
That was
Crazy.
crazy.
Maybe too much.
No, dude, that shit was that. It was dope, man. That was super
Thanks,
dope.
man.
I was not expecting that. I don't know why I wasn't, but I wasn't. But
That's why I picked that one because I was at like an Illmind thing, like the Illmind Past the Aux, and I played that. It was fun, man. Because it's like random, like the drops random. The other one, I guess, what is it called? I just had it. My bad.
No, you're good, bro. I got it lined up when you're ready.
I'm putting them on my monitor.
Hold up.
Changing the experience.
What'd you say?
Oh, My Shadow.
Oh, My Shadow.
Yes, please.
What'd you just say? Was that you, Eerie? Who said something?
Oh yeah, I was saying I'm putting them on my monitors so I can.
Oh, yeah. All right, I got it right here. I'm actually gonna go into it too. Yeah, one thing we didn't talk about was pricing. Shit, I knew I forgot something. It's all good though.
We'll
All
do that in
right.
2 minutes.
Yeah, right. All right, cool. Let's listen to My Shadow. Crazy track, man. Yeah, there was so much space on that too, man. Like I feel like so many different MCs could rip that. And then just take it like a double time flow or just something different. Like I feel like it could just be switched up all over the place. It was dope, man.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate it. Very dope, man. Very impressed by both tracks you guys played, man. So great job overall. But yeah, dude, we're end of the show. This show moves so fast. And I usually don't ever go over time, but I think the conversation was super dope, and educational and informative. So wanted to make sure we didn't cut you guys too short. But dude, thank you guys for joining.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, man. But no, seriously, thank you guys for joining because you guys are busy. You guys have schedules. You have things you got to do. So it means a lot that you took the time out to talk to us. I know the people in the chat are excited, and everybody else is going to see this, in the near future. Are going to really enjoy it. So I'll leave you guys with this, right? So let's each take. I'll start with you, Be Young. Let the people know kind of like where they can find you, whether it's like your BeatStars, social medias, anything you're working on. And then, obviously, if people want to collab, one, are you open to that? And then secondly, if so, how would they get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'm open to collabs. You can get in touch with me. Email's good. byoungbeats@yahoo. Yes, I still use Yahoo. I got a secret Gmail, but that's that's different. But yeah, just Instagram beatsellers. I'm not really on Twitter and all that, but Instagram beatsellers, and a couple of things in the works, just with like artists that I've been in close contact with. Jay Mills. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but
Jay Mills was a beast, man.
He's a beast. Yeah.
Is he the artist back in the day that did that reggae, not reggae, but like more like,
I think that's a different one. He's a young dude.
Oh, that's a different Jay Mills. I'm thinking of the older one. I think it's from Harlem.
This is Aaron May. It's his boy.
Aaron May is so fire.
Yeah,
got it.
It's his homie. But just cool artists coming up, stuff like that. Just working on stuff like that.
Dope, man. Well, appreciate you being a member, man. First of all,
hey, thanks, man.
Secondly, we're gonna talk about that publishing and see what's good.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's talk.
And would love to be able to get some stuff and send it around and see what we can make happen. But
yeah,
no matter what, dude, thanks for being a member, rocking out with us, and
thanks, man. Of course,
man. Awesome, dude. Yeah, Eerie, same thing, man. Kind of what you're working on, where people can find you, and then obviously the collab question as well.
Yeah. I mean, Eeryskies, everything. You just type it in, it'll most likely come up. Instagram and YouTube are the best ways to. Instagram, the best way to talk to me, DMs and stuff. If you ever have questions, I answer everything. Unless it's really just preposterous, then I won't. But usually that doesn't happen.
Never say never. Never say never.
Yeah. Samples, always open to collabs. I found that some of the coolest beats I've made and some of the different sounds I've made come from collabs. So email, it's like I said, plastered everywhere. Just eeryskiesprod@gmail.com. I need to make a new email for samples, but I'm working on that. I've just been lazy. So that's it. And then projects working on. I mean, a couple artists that I have demos with that I've really wanted to work with for a while. So hopefully some of those come out this summer. And just gonna keep trying to check these long-term goals over here on this whiteboard and see what we can do.
I love it, man. I love it. Listen, I got preposterous things. Somebody asked me the other day if I wanted to collaborate on fixing their toilet. I shit you not. And that shit was pun intended.
Oh man. No, you get it. You'll get the crazy DMs where you're just like, I don't even know what to do. I just swipe and delete them.
No, I just say, yeah, what kind of toilet are we working on? And they're like, oh shit. And then they're like, I didn't think you'd respond. I'm like, bro, I respond to everybody. Around. Everybody who hits me up. So, but no, man, I love it. Thanks, guys, again. Listen, have a great weekend. Let's continue talking, continue working, and just continue inspiring. So
let's do it.
Appreciate y'all, man. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you guys too. Have a good weekend.
Thanks.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.